Hey everybody, my name is Danielle and this is Chatter Out Loud. Thank you so much for joining me. Your presence is very much appreciated. So welcome or welcome back. Today I'm going to chat about Hallmark's Countdown to Christmas new original movie, A Cozy Christmas Inn. This was another good one. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts about the movie, keep listening. All right, a Cozy Christmas Inn. It premiered on Friday, October 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Hallmark Channel. It stars Jodie Sweetin, who plays Erika, and David O'Donnell, who plays Andy. And the synopsis is as follows. Real estate exec Erika travels to Alaska during the holidays to acquire a B&B, bed and breakfast, the Garland Inn, only to discover it's owned by her ex. Soon she is falling in love with the town and quite possibly him. All right, first, this movie stirred up a lot of chatter within the Hallmark community. It's because a couple of the characters in A Cozy Christmas Inn seemed very familiar. So familiar that people were beginning to wonder if this movie was a sequel to Christmas Under Wraps. And let me explain. So Christmas Under Wraps was part of the Countdown to Christmas during 2014. The characters Andy, who's played by David O'Donnell, and Andy's dad Frank, who's played by Brian Doyle Murray, both return in this movie, A Cozy Christmas Inn. Not only that, the location of where this story takes place they return to Garland, Alaska, and that was the same location in Christmas Under Wraps back in 2014. Now, so Andy's love interest in Christmas Under Wraps was Candice Bure, who played Lauren. However, it appears there's a new love interest for Andy in A Cozy Christmas Inn, this movie, and her name is Erika, who's played by Jodie Sweetin. So going into viewing this movie or anticipating this movie, fans were looking to see how the writers would explain this in the story, right? What happened to Lauren? Well, they addressed it early on in this movie, and it basically confirms that A Cozy Christmas Inn is most certainly a sequel to Christmas Under Wraps. But getting back to Lauren, Lauren moved to San Francisco. She's running a hospital there. A big fellowship came her way and she couldn't commit to Garland, thereby not able to commit to Andy, right? So Andy and Lauren are no longer in touch. They broke up. They're no longer in touch. And so Lauren is out of the picture. Right? So I thought they did justice in terms of explaining Lauren. Like, where is Lauren? Because that was a lot of what I was hearing in other people's podcasts. They were wondering, like, is this a sequel? It's the same actors. It's the same characters. It's the same location. So what's happening? So, yeah, we got the answer within the first half hour of the movie. That was one part of the answer. And then later on, when Erika, the character Erika and Andy were talking, I think maybe the first half of the movie, a little later on, he gave more of an explanation talking about the big fellowship. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Okay, so let's talk about A Cozy Christmas Inn. So it's close to Christmas it's close to Christmas, and Erika was looking forward to visiting her parents for the holiday, but her demanding boss, Sharon, gives Erika an assignment, and if she was successful, she'll get a huge promotion. Sharon is the type of boss that prioritizes work over everything, right? I know a couple of people that way. I am certainly not. And anyway, in this movie, she kind of pressures Erika to do the same. And the assignment for Erika was to acquire the Garland Inn, which is like the local hotel or small hotel or B&B in Garland, Alaska. This was her boss's newest quest to corner the market for a profitable winter vacation location. And she had her sights on the inn, which the inn happens to be owned by Erika's first love, Andy. So Erika flies into town, and the more time she spends in Garland trying to convince Andy to sell the inn, the more she's falling in love with the town. Well, not only it falling in love with the town, but the idea of rekindling her love with and for Andy. It's interesting to note, or it's important to note, part of their history between Eric and Andy. Erika always felt like Andy wasn't telling her something. And of course, we know by watching this movie and some of the history in Christmas Under Wraps, Andy's family is the magic of Christmas. Wink, wink. When Erika learns how much trouble Andy is in financially and that the end is on the verge of bankruptcy, she decides to use her skill set and her experience to help him, right? So she gives him all these marketing ideas of how to build his clientele. Of course, Erika in parallel, she's running out of time or running against the clock because her boss, had this assignment for her, and her boss is texting her and calling her and trying to get updates. And the deadline is Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve is right around the corner. All right, so that's like the basis of the story. I loved Jodie Sweetin and David O'Donnell together. I thought they had great chemistry. I thought they had great performances. This movie was special. It made me feel good, and I smiled a lot throughout the entire movie. I really liked this movie. The supporting cast, to me, they were great too. They were likable, especially Hattie. Sharon was not so likable, but I didn't dislike her. I just thought she was pushy and kind of like a Scrooge, Anyway, Erika's inner conflict in the movie was getting a promotion over the love of her life, right? That was the conflict she was battling. It was cool to see her go back to the magic mailbox where you drop your wish in the mailbox and it goes directly to Santa. Remember, Garland that's the magic of Garland, the magic of the town, right? The scenery, when they opened and periodically throughout the movie, they showed us the scenery. I've never been to Alaska and I really want to travel there. They shared beautiful views. I got a kick out of the huge moose in the middle of the Anchorage airport. I thought, wow. And if for nothing else, if that's a real thing, I wanna see that. I mean, it was huge. Anyway, I laughed as they told Erika about clothing to wear while in Alaska, right? Because they looked at her outfit and they kept insinuating or hinting like, you can get better boots, or, you may need better boots and a hat, especially in Alaska. And she said she didn't plan to stay long. And if I'm not mistaken, this is so reminiscent of when Lauren first arrived in Garland, right? And Lauren from Christmas Under Wraps, with Candice Cameron Bure, they told her the same thing, and she said the same thing in terms of, I don't plan to be here long. It was a little weird when Andy meets Erika for the first time. He walks in with his shark Christmas sweater caught over his head. I just thought that was so silly. I loved Erika's best friend Stephanie, who owned her own restaurant. Stephanie was a great friend to her. She had good advice and good sense. Ironically, her name was Stephanie. And if you don't know, Jodie Sweetin is a child actor, and she played a character named Stephanie on Full House. Yeah. So I wonder if that was intentional, in the script. The new and improved Hattie's was fun in the movie. Hattie's is the local diner. The owner, Hattie, had a lot of energy. One thing that made me chuckle is when, as Hattie puts it, you can now skim her new high-tech menu. She meant to say scan, because the menu now has a QR code on it. But it just made me laugh. Hattie was a lot of fun. The only cringe moment, I would say, was when Hattie introduced pork belly braised in eggnog. That doesn't even sound appetizing at all. At all. There were many great moments of feel good in this movie. When Erika complimented Joy on her knitting skills, and she said, "Oh, I see someone has a sweater coming her way." I thought that was cute. This movie really made me smile. I smiled a lot. It was so warm and it lifted my spirits. I really liked this movie. The first kiss between Andy and Erika in the observatory when they were watching the stars, that was good. But I thought their final kiss in the movie was really, really good, right? I love how they ended the movie with Santa and spoiler. I don't know. Is this a spoiler? Yeah. Anyway, I love how they ended with Santa and the reindeer flying in the sky. We saw the silhouette over the moonlight. And if you know the original story of Christmas Under Wraps, we knew who that was, right? I thought Stephanie had a lot of good nuggets for Erika throughout the movie. Stephanie, the best friend. But one of the best lines in the movie was by the first couple that stayed at the end. And I forget their names. But the line was in response to Erika's reaction when she watched them at the magic mailbox. And the lady said, "It doesn't cost you anything to believe. And I'd love to live in a world with a little magic." I loved that. I just loved it. This was a great Christmas story. I liked it a lot. I recommend this movie. I think I'm going to keep this one on my DVR for a little bit. I think Christmas Under Wraps is airing. They're re-airing that, I think, next week. I saw it on the schedule there. So I think I have it on my DVR. But I think I'm going to watch that again and then rewatch this one, A Cozy Christmas Inn. A Cozy Christmas Inn, it was such a charming movie and I liked it a lot. I already said that a couple of times, or many times in this recording. I smiled a lot watching, and I felt it was so on target for a Hallmark Christmas movie. It was good on its own merit. I don't think you needed to watch Christmas Under Wraps to follow this storyline in A Cozy Christmas Inn. A Cozy Christmas Inn, right? They kind of addressed the magic of the town and Santa. Erika just brushed it off when Andy's mom was trying to explain or said that she needed to tell Erika something. Erika just brushed it off as a wild imagination. So they kind of filled in some of the gaps in this movie. So you didn't necessarily need to watch Christmas Under Wraps, but you could appreciate some of the things that we saw in this movie, that we saw in both movies, I should say. An example would be like the boots and the hat and not staying long and things like that. I thought the movie was well done. I really enjoyed it. Good job. A Cozy Christmas Inn. Have you seen the movie? What did you think? You have to let me know your thoughts in a comment below. And that's all I have. So be sure to come back and give me a listen. I'd love for you to like, share, follow, comment, and subscribe, all of which will help my channel grow. So thank you in advance. My name is Danielle and you're listening to Chatter Out Loud. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I appreciate your support. And that's all I have. Thanks again for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.